Ladies and gentlemen, guys and girls, my name is Reavyne and welcome back to my channel. And welcome back to another Ravens Ramble. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the fact that last night there was another Warriors Den live stream, and we have some news on Centurion, where the rework is. We also have some news on Breach. They're doing a massive overhaul of that, and we have a bunch of news in between as well with the testing grounds and other stuff. So let's get into it, shall we? So up first, there is a brand new roadmap. I'm going to be putting that in the background. You can check it out. Essentially, there's XP Fest coming up. There's testing grounds starting today, going to the 30th of January, and then there's a few little things like the Hero Wu Lin trials going on in between there. But the main thing is going to be the XP Fest. Nothing majorly exciting is going to be happening outside of that. Next up, we have the Ground Warriors Challenge. So be the faction with the most matches completed in the testing grounds in order to win this thing. It goes from the 16th of January until the 30th of January. So essentially, it's a little carrot they're dangling to get you to go into the testing grounds, play that, and basically, yeah, you get something if you end up being the faction that wins. Alongside that, we have the new arcade quest for the week, and this is the Messengers of Doom. To own this thing, you have to own Marching Fire in order to play arcade mode, or know someone who owns Marching Fire and, you know, play with them in order to play arcade mode. So jump in and have some fun with that. Then we have the brand new content of the week, and these are signatures, all new signatures for every hero, and these ones are basically, some are really cool, some are really bad, and some are just boring. But my favorite one is Jormungandr. It's disgusting, and I love it. And also the Lawbringer on his magnificent steed is also really, really cool. But with that said, let's get into the next topic, and that is Centurion. What is happening with Centurion? Where is Centurion? Because a lot of people have been asking this, and we had him featured in the last testing grounds, but we haven't heard anything from him since. So essentially, the developers are saying they're having some troubles with Centurion, and they have no ETA on when they're going to be pushing him out. So this is really, really shit to hear, because everyone wants the Centurion rework. I want it. I want to play it. I want to see what it's going to be like, and everyone is really hyped for this thing. But let's go over some of the issues they're having. So they're having issues with the jab, apparently. So there's issues of the jab not connecting properly of certain things, and also they're trying to figure out a way to make it not frustrating as all hell for your opponent when you're just basically jabbing him in the face. They're trying to make it good for you and good for them. So that's an issue they're having. They're also having an issue with the guard break punches. So when you do that, apparently that's a sticking point for them, and they need to fix that. They're also having issues with the wall splat, where it doesn't guarantee a charged heavy after you throw someone into a wall. So that's obviously a big thing that they need to work on. So with all those issues in mind, they're struggling to be able to put Centurion out straight away, like they did with the Gladiator and Warlord reworks. So no ETA. Timing may vary on when they're going to be putting stuff out when it comes to the testing grounds. And yeah, in this current testing ground, Centurion's not a big focus because they're working on the breach mode. Now quickly, let's talk about the testing grounds. For those of you who do not know what testing grounds are, essentially it is a public test server type deal, but it's built into the game. You just download a patch and then you're able to play this thing. The test server is up and live. You can jump in and play it. It is located on the Faction War map, and essentially you just click on it, play it, and all of your progress will be retained on your main account because it's live. It's on your live account. So all XP you get, all loot you get, all that sort of stuff, all the steel will all stay on your account, and you'll get to keep that. It doesn't get wiped, and it doesn't get just thrown away after you're done testing. And then of course you can share all your feedback later on the social medias like the Reddit and so on and so forth with a bunch of surveys. But right now they're looking to do some major changes to breach mode, and some of the changes that they're looking to do we're going to go over because there's some really, really big ones here. But essentially the main thing is they want to make the ram the focal point. They want to reduce the frustrations from the attacker side and the defending side with certain things. They want to make the Guardian more relevant, and just overall they want to just make the whole thing flow from start to finish, so it was like one long giant map, not just like these 3 individual maps that you're playing in the one mode, which I am all for, because it sort of feels weird that you're playing the section, not the whole thing. And that's been something that's been wrong with Breach for a while now. But let's go over some of the changes, shall we? So, like I said, they're trying to make the ram the focal point. So the way that they're doing this is the ram's health at the end of the match will determine how many respawns you get going into phase 3. So after you knock down the first 2 gates, once you get to the 3rd one, you knock it down, the health of the ram will correlate to how many respawns they get. So if you have a full health ram, which is basically near impossible, but you'll get 22 respawns from a full health ram. RAM. If your RAM is at critical health, you'll get 6 respawns. And there are variances obviously in between the critical health and full health. Now this is really good because it lets you focus on the RAM itself. There is also a bunch of tweaks to the RAM, but I'm not going to go over every single one because there were quite a few. Cauldrons now do 750 damage to the RAM. They used to do 900 damage to the RAM. This is to compensate for the fact that the RAM will no longer regenerate health as it goes along, so the cauldrons need to do less damage in order to compensate for the fact that there's, you know, less regen going on. Like I said, they want to reduce the attackers and defenders' frustrations when it comes to certain choke points and certain things, Guardian being the one of them. And with these new changes to the RAM, it will help the game feel like it's flowing from start to finish because it no longer regens. So after you blow up a gate, the RAM doesn't go back to full health or anything like that. So therefore, you know, it's not like we've just reset the entire game, off you go and do the next phase. Now it's going to be from the start of the game to the end of the game. You want to protect the shit out of that RAM. You want to keep it nice and healthy. And of course, as the defenders, you want to destroy the RAM as fast as possible. So the next big change they're doing is they're lowering the respawn delay no matter what renown your level you're at. So the way it works right now is the time that you have to wait to respawn depends on your renown level. That's a shitty system. They're scrapping that system. The way it works now is you just get a flat 20-second respawn rate, and if you execute it, it adds an additional 3 seconds on top of that. Now waiting 20 seconds to respawn might be a bit long, like maybe 15 seconds is cool. You know, maybe 12, 13, something like that, but 20 seconds might be a bit long, but now it's just a flat 20 seconds, and of course executions add that 3 seconds, so 23 seconds if you get executed might be a bit long every time. We'll have to wait and see, but that's why they want to test this out. They're also increasing the RAM speed, so you want to stay near that thing and you want to also get near it to stop it from moving up, and on top of that they're increasing the relevance of the Guardian. So they're trying to make it so the Guardian is more of a focal point where you want to take him, get the buff, and then move on. Not so much of if you run out there and you attack the Guardian, you're basically throwing the game away, or you manage to spend all this time and it's a massive time sink, you kill the Guardian, and then you just move on and then die like a little bit later and the Guardian buff wasn't worth it. You spent more time killing the dude than you did getting out of the buff, which they want to try and avoid. And next thing is the attacking team no longer has a limited number of respawns during stages 1 and 2, and they've reduced the time it takes to capture side lanes as well. So those were some of the massive changes that are coming to Breach. Overall, this should help Breach feel just a lot more fluent, should help the game flow a lot better, and should just help reduce the frustrations. Like I said, jump in the game, test it out, let everyone know what you think on the Reddit and the social medias, that sort of stuff, because it's the only way they're going to know whether the new changes to Breach are good or bad. And the last thing we're going to go over is the fact that the Mighty Quest for Epic Loot on the mobile phone is doing a For Honor crossover, so Raiders being ported into that thing. If you want to download the game, it's free. It is a mobile game, so I know how everyone feels about those, but yeah, it might be cool to just jump in, play the thing for a little bit. It's free and Raiders in it, so why not? Might give it a shot, might not, depends how into For Honor you are. But that, my friends, is the end, and that is all the news. I'm really sad that we're not getting Centurion anytime soon by the looks of it, and they're still waiting for him. It's been a long time since my boy has gotten a rework, so hopefully they can pump that thing out soon. Hopefully we get news on the brand new armors as well. Content lately has been very, very light with For Honor, so they need to step up their game massively. But we'll just have to wait and see what we end up getting. But that is the end of the video, guys, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and let me know your thoughts. I love reading and replying to all your comments down below, and please check out my brand new merchandise that I have. I'll leave a link down below in the description box and the top pinned comment. Check it out, and if you like the merchandise, feel free to pick some of that up. There's shirts, hoodies, pillows, mugs, fucking everything I got there, so feel free to check it out. Follow me on my social medias. You can follow me on Twitter at Reavyne Gaming, and you can follow me on Instagram at Reavyne. And with that said, I shall see you on the next video. Have a good one, guys.